Okay, Melissa, you want to give them what they've been waiting for? The most important thing.
Drum roll. What's up guys, Jesse and Melissa here with Adventure Endeavor, and we are here today to talk to you about recovery gear that every boondocker should have.
Yeah, this is something that I can't believe we haven't done a video on this yet, because it's extremely important, and I cannot tell you how many people we personally have towed out. Whether it be on an off-road trip or on a camping trip with people boondocking in general. We've done it all, and it happens all the time.
We consider ourselves expert boondockers because that is our primary form of camping and our preferred method of camping. So we feel that we are knowledgeable and well equipped to discuss this topic. So we're gonna go through some of the most important items that we think are necessary for recovery gear to have in your arsenal to be able to save yourself.
Yes.
If you get stuck somewhere.
And of course, typical YouTube fashion, the most important thing is gonna be at the very end. So you gotta watch the whole video. Watch the video. First and foremost, these tools right here might be small, but they're very mighty. So this is a tire stem remover. This is an air chuck, air gauge, tire PSI chingadera. Anyways, these are very important. One of the main reasons people get stuck is because their tire PSI is too high. Great for towing, great for on the highway, great for wear and tear of your tires. Off-road, especially towing a trailer off-road or being in a big heavy rig. It's very likely you get stuck in some sand, dirt, whatnot. Airing down will give you more traction and it will give you a very good chance of getting out without help of another vehicle.
Yeah, so if you think about it, you know, if you're running your tire at a regular PSI, like let's say that this is the surface and this is your tire, airing it down basically makes it go like this so it grips better.
More contact. More
contact point with the ground.
So a lot of people will get all these fancy tire deflators or what have you. I honestly just buy these. They're like $10. I've been using them for ages. Just make sure when you pull the core out, you don't drop it in the sand and lose it, because then you'd be in trouble.
Ask us how we know.
No, I've never done it. You might have.
No, I've never done it. I'm way too paranoid.
Oh, okay.
I'm keeping my eye on this thing.
Yeah, you don't drop it. Okay. Another important tool. In case you drop that valve stem in the sand, you're gonna want a kit like this. You can buy extra valve stems, valve cores, whatever you wanna call them, and keep them separately, but this is something I like having. So in here, this is a patch kit. If you somehow get something in your sidewall or you get a nail or whatever, you can always go ahead and patch your vehicle's tire yourself, but there's also extra cores in here, and there's even a removal tool in here. So this is a really great value. I don't even know what they cost anymore, but I can't even tell you how many times I've used this for various reasons, mostly on other people's vehicles, on our own as well.
Yeah.
It's just really good to have. It comes in a nice case. This is an ARB company. Anything to add to that, dear?
I mean, I will say that we've used it so often that I know how to use it.
Oh, dang.
So that's a really big thing. When I actually know how to use one of these items, that's how you know it gets used a lot. So
very common. Good to have.
Very common. Good to have.
All right. So another thing that is pretty handy, not required, but definitely handy, is traction boards. So right here, these are just some knockoff traction boards. They're about $80 on Amazon, and they're great for a lot of reasons. We only used them once, and unfortunately in our situation, they didn't work well for us. That was when we were stuck down in Baja, because it was just large rocks like this that we were stuck on. I've heard amazing things in sand, even in mud, and I've even heard people saying they work pretty good in snow. They're also good for building a bridge if you have like a big ditch maybe that you don't want to drive through with your trailer or something, you could lay them on the ground and drive over them. And we found when we were in the truck camper, they're great for leveling as well. And I think we leveled the Nash with them once when we were in a really extreme spot. So they have a lot of uses. They're lightweight. We just strap them over here on the side. I would grab a set. I mean, a lot of people talk a lot of poop about them, but I think for 80 bucks, you have them. There are other brands that are $300, $400, $500 for a set of those, but it's just cheap insurance in my opinion.
Another really important thing to have is a shovel. Everybody knows what that looks like.
Ding! Insert shovel.
And the reason for that is that if you get stuck in sand or dirt or something and you need to dig yourself out a little bit, a shovel is the best tool to do it. I mean, you can also use traction boards to dig yourself a little bit, but a shovel is your best bet.
Yeah, and if you really get stuck, you'll have a shovel to dig a hole to take a poop. Another extremely important tool that you're gonna wanna have is shackles or D-ring, whatever you wanna call it. This is a steel D-ring. These are shaft shackles.
Shaft shackles.
These are gonna require help from another person, another vehicle, which you'll be really surprised. People are always willing to help. These are new to me. I haven't used them yet, but I've heard great reviews. The Rhino USA. And this is just a super old heavy duty D-ring that I have. And we have both of these items in the Ram and the Jeep because you never know. That's how crazy we are about being able to recover. This is not technically self-recovery because you will be needing another vehicle, but you never know who's around. And then one of the most important tools is going to be a recovery rope or strap. I always recommend getting a Kinetic style. Kinetic meaning it has stretch in the strap. So they make like tie down straps like a ratchet strap, but it'll have no stretch to it. They have different purposes. This is a recovery rope. It has stretch. It's Kinetic. So what's great about that is if you're towing out something really heavy like a big Class A with like this Ram pickup truck, obviously the Ram is outweighed big time, probably almost like 5 to 1. But I've pulled out super large Class A's before because I can just gun it in the truck and the strap stretches and then that inertia pulls the RV out nice and gently. And it happens a lot. Class A's especially, they're very, very heavy. You need to be very careful.
Yeah, and to your point about not being able to use this on your own, you're still gonna wanna carry one because you never want to be that person that is relying on someone else to not only have a tow strap, but also be able to pull you out. So that's why it's always good to have your own recovery gear available.
I mean, it's like having jumper cables in your vehicle. If you're in a parking lot and you hold them out, like everybody knows that's a universal sign. They're driving by like, oh yeah, I'll give you a jump. Same thing, if you're stuck on a beach and you're holding this rope out, like waving somebody down, they're gonna help you out. Highly recommend a rope or a strap. Get a Kinetic model. Like I can't even stress that enough. I have not used these yet, but I'm waiting, I'm itching for it. I love pulling people out, I don't know why. This is not necessarily required. We have them because we off-road a lot, but something you might want to look into is a compressor for multiple reasons. Obviously, if you air down, if you need to air down, you're gonna wanna be able to air back up. Let's say you get a flat in your trailer or your rig. Sometimes those are not completely full. When you put your spare on, you can give it more juice, or if you need to do a plug, you can always plug it, add some air, or worst case scenario, you could just milk it back on the highway to a gas station where you could use their compressor. We have 2 mounted on both the Jeep and the Ram. 2, yes, because we off-road a lot. And just make sure you get one that's rated to like 110 PSI because that's what most trailer tires do. So then it'll be dual purpose for you.
Yeah, I will say that that is something that's optional, but we love having it and we use it all the time, so it's never a bad idea.
We like RVer. We've had them for many years and we have done a lot of use and abuse to them. So we can definitely vouch for them. We'll link those below. Okay, Melissa, you want to give them what they've been waiting for? The most important thing.
Drum roll. Common sense, because AAA is not going to save you in the woods.
Yes, that's actually very true. Lots of times AAA won't go off the highway far whatsoever. You kind of, in a sense, are on your own. So knowing how to do this is super important. I can't believe we haven't done a video on this yet.
Well, here it is. It's happening. You heard it straight from the horse's mouth.
I can't even tell you how many people we've pulled out in spots where there's no way AAA would have come. Like, the people would have been screwed. It's very important. We're not doing this video to scare you. We're just doing it to inform you. We've been stuck ourselves, but we knew how to get out. We were with friends. Not saying you have to boondock with friends, but that's another perk of having the Jeep too. If the truck and trailer gets stuck, you pull it out with the Jeep. But especially you Class A people, make sure you're getting a tow strap that's rated for whatever, 40,000 pounds, which is going to be a rope like this big. They make them for tugboats and stuff like that.
And just really be aware of your surroundings. If the ground is kind of muddy and soft or sandy and like it looks like you're going to get stuck, or you feel like you're going to start getting stuck, like
just ease off, maybe walk it first. We used to walk stuff all the time when we had our big fifth wheel until we got comfortable with it. And now that we have the Jeep, we don't really. Now we just send it. Because we have an extra vehicle, which is important too, because we can scout with the extra vehicle. And if there's an issue, we have the extra vehicle to help recover the truck and the trailer.
Exactly. So, you know, we've been doing this for years, like years and years and years. So, like we said, we're really experienced with it. So exercise caution above all, and don't find yourself in a super sticky situation that you can't get out of. Some of this gear, that will definitely help you, but your common sense is going to help you the most.
Yes. Hopefully that wasn't a letdown, but that's the most important thing. Like always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Consider joining channel memberships. It really helps us out. It helps us to continue making these videos. If you found it informative, you know, whatever, what have you.
But as always, the best way to support our channel is to subscribe, like, and comment on our videos.
And they can share. Nobody ever shares our videos, but you can. You can do it.
Don't say nobody. Some people do.
Some people do, but all right, guys, we're just rambling now. So
tell your friends.
Thanks for watching. Yay! We did it! I mean, it's still there. I was worried because we were sitting on the drive shaft, but it's still there, so that's a good sign. Thanks, Brian!